Good morning from Disneyland. I'm here to rope drop. Well, I'm not going to actually go on any rides. I'm just going to take you on a little tour of the park during rope drop this first hour or so of the morning, so I can show you what lines are like, what wait times are like, what you should rope drop, what you shouldn't rope drop, those kinds of things. You can kind of visualize what I'm talking about whenever I talk about rope drop strategies. Okay, here we go. Rope dropping means arriving extra early before Disneyland even opens so that you can be one of the first people into the parks and riding attractions. So Disneyland and California Adventure Park both open their gates 30 minutes before the posted official opening time. So during this time you can get into the park and you can line up in front of the land that you are heading into for the day. So they put a rope across the entrance so that people have to stop at the rope, and when they drop the rope when the park officially opens, this is rope drop. That's why it's called rope drop. Now, when you first get into the parks, it's going to feel a little crowded. It's going to feel maybe overwhelming because there's going to be lots of people. Don't panic. There's just a lot of people because the park hasn't opened yet, and there is nowhere for all of these people to go yet because they are all being held right there at the hub. As soon as the park opens and people disperse, it's going to clear out really quickly, and you're going to be able to get on a lot of rides with very minimal wait times, as long as you choose the correct rides to go on. Now, to start off the day, I'm going to follow this huge crowd that is heading to Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance is one of the most popular rides to rope drop at Disneyland, but it is the ride that you should never rope drop at Disneyland. Let's follow this crowd and I will show you why. All right, here we go. All these people are rushing to Rise of the Resistance first thing in the morning for rope drop. This is a strategy that I do not recommend because look at all of these people. They are going to end up waiting longer than they would if they rode it later on in the day, because for some reason they think that the shortest wait time is first thing in the morning, but it is not shortest.
We just don't know it yet.
This is the line. I'm already in line. But this is not the shortest time of day to ride Rise of the Resistance. The shortest time is later in the day. I'll talk about that later. But these people are going to end up waiting longer than they would if they rode it earlier in the day. And then they're going to miss out on all of the really short wait times that are happening right now throughout the rest of the park because they're in line for Rise of the Resistance. It just does not make sense. Please don't do this. So you're going to wait longer first thing in the morning and you're going to miss out on shorter wait times everywhere else. So later in the video, I'll talk about when to ride Rise of the Resistance for the very shortest wait time. Trust me, please do not rope drop Rise of the Resistance. See, now the people that are coming this opposite way, they thought it might be shorter to go the other way and go around by the old Hungry Bear restaurant and come this way, but it's not shorter because now they have to walk all the way back to where I was to get in line. Here we go. All these people. Right now the line is probably about, it says it's 40 minutes from the starting point, but that's not actually where the line started. It started way down there, so probably they're looking at least an hour. So 60 minutes, first thing in the morning. And these people that are just coming in now, they're gonna wait even longer. All these people right here, they're gonna wait probably closer to 70 minutes, maybe even 90 for Rise of the Resistance.
It's only two, really.
Oh look, see, they're hustling. They think if they hustle it'll make a difference. It's not gonna make a difference. Too long. It's too long. Don't do that. Okay, we'll talk about when to ride Rise of the Resistance in a few minutes. But first I want to go show you some of the other wait times, other areas in the park. Most people will go to Rise of the Resistance or Space Mountain or Indiana Jones. Rise of the Resistance is the only one, along with Peter Pan, because some people still try to rush to Peter Pan. We'll talk about that when I get over there, but I just don't recommend Rise of the Resistance or Peter Pan. Every other ride in the park is fair game. All right, we're through that madness, and now we get to enjoy actual low wait times, low crowds for rope drop. So look, here's Winnie the Pooh. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I'm not gonna walk all the way over there, but that is a walk-on. Walk right on and ride Winnie the Pooh. And actually, if you are one of the first people, I think the first group to ride Winnie the Pooh, in the morning you get to sign a little book saying that you're first. There's Haunted Mansion Holiday. Right now it is available by virtual queue only, so you would not want to rope drop Haunted Mansion because you're not going to be able to get on it. So the first thing you need to do is grab a virtual queue at 7 a.m. or at 12 p.m. depending on when you are wanting to ride, earlier in the day or later in the day. And that's how you'll ride Haunted Mansion Holiday currently. I guess one of the bonuses of all those people rushing to get in line and wait forever for Rise of the Resistance in the morning is it just frees up all these other lines for people who know better, and they can go on a lot more rides more quickly in the morning because everyone else is stuck in line for Rise of the Resistance. All right, here's Pirates of the Caribbean. 5 minutes. Now today is not an early entry day. If you're a guest of the Disneyland Resort, one of their hotels, then you get early entry 30 minutes before the park opens. It alternates parks. Today is not an early entry day here. If it is an early entry day, then that means you really shouldn't rope drop Rise of the Resistance because all those early entry guests will already be in line. Okay, right now Indiana Jones is not quite open yet, so that's not an option. Let's go see Jungle Cruise. 10 minutes. Not bad. I bet it's actually closer to 5. All right, now we'll go check Big Thunder Mountain. My favorite rope drop strategy that I go back to time and time again is to come in through Adventureland and then I'll hit Jungle Cruise because so many people are rushing to Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is almost always open first thing in the morning. And so I'll go Jungle Cruise, walk on it, and then I'll get on Indiana Jones. And by that point, all those first wave of people who are going to Indiana Jones, they'll all be through the line. And I hop on Indiana Jones real quick, then I'll go Pirates, and then Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. All right, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, 5 minutes. Love that so much. This is one of my favorite rides. I love riding at standby in the morning and then later in the evening using a lightning lane. That way I get to ride it twice and I get to ride it during the day and at night because I think this is one of those rides that is better at night. Okay, while we're walking over to Fantasyland, I know some of you are going to say, Melissa, but I rope dropped Rise of the Resistance and it was great. And I am happy for you, but I want everyone to know that most people cannot successfully rope drop Rise of the Resistance because it is so difficult. If it's an early entry day, don't even try it. If you have a stroller, don't even try it because by the time you park your stroller and try to get in line, the line's going to be forever long and you can ride it shorter later in the day. If you are not very front of the line, like if you can't physically see the rope that cast members use to tell people where to stop while people are lining up first thing in the morning, then do not even attempt it. Those are my rules. Promise, it's just so much better to ride it later in the day. Again, we're going to talk about it. I want to show you some of these awesome wait times over in Fantasyland. All right, we've got Casey Jr. right there. That one's not quite running yet, but that one is normally a walk-on. Hey, King Arthur Carousel, that's a walk-on. Pinocchio, that looks like it is about a 5-minute wait. Over here is Snow White's Enchanted Wish. That is a 10-minute wait. Over here is Peter Pan. Peter Pan says it's a 40-minute wait. All right, I've got the Peter Pan line behind me. Peter Pan says it's a 40-minute wait. Peter Pan is always about a 40-minute wait. So the reason I don't want you to get in line for Peter Pan right now during Rope Drop is because you're gonna wait 40 minutes no matter when you ride it. So why wait 40 minutes right now when you can go on all these other attractions that have super short wait times? To me, it's better to wait later in the day, in the evening sometime when it's not hot, when all the lines are long, because you're still gonna wait 40 minutes. So whenever you choose to ride Peter Pan, it's gonna be a 40-minute wait. So don't choose to ride it in the morning because you can check off a bunch of other rides first thing that have a much shorter wait time. Okay, I'm getting out of breath. I'm like hustling to show you all these rides. My watch says I am working out. Here's Mr. Toad. That is a super short line for Mr. Toad. It says it's 10 minutes. Here's Dumbo. Dumbo line is looking really nice. 5-minute wait for Dumbo. All right, here is the teacups. Teacups are just walk on. There's nobody in line for that. Alice in Wonderland is one that gets a little bit longer during the day. And although this line looks long right now, it moves pretty quickly. And morning is still a good time to go on Alice in Wonderland. So right now it says the wait time for Alice is 15 minutes, which is not bad for Alice at all. So I love the idea of you just picking a land that your family loves. If you have older kids who love more adventure type rides, start in Adventureland. If Space Mountain is your favorite, start over in Tomorrowland. We'll get over to Tomorrowland in a minute, but look at this line for Storybook Land Canal Boats. That's gonna be 5 minutes. Let's go check out Toontown. Let's check out It's a Small World. If you have younger kids, then Fantasyland is a great place to start. Just not with Peter Pan, but hit some of those little rides that they can get on quickly. You get your day started off in a really great way because you get a lot of rides under your belt, so you're feeling good by the time it starts to get crowded and hot. You've already checked a bunch of rides off your list. Toontown is also a great place to start because, again, lower crowds if your kids love Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, or if they just want to enjoy all of the little interactive things at Toontown without a bunch of people around, then morning is a great time to go to Toontown. There's It's a Small World. It's a 5-minute wait.
Take care, you guys. My chair.
Basically, it's just a walk-on. It'll take you about 5 minutes to walk through that whole line. Okay, over here we have Roger Rabbit. That says 5 minutes, just a walk-on for Roger Rabbit. All this fun interactive stuff back here. There's nobody on here. This is a great time for your kids to be here and play and have fun. Mickey and Minnie, standby, 5 minutes. That's just a walk-on. By the time you walk through the line, you're not gonna wait at all. Now later in the day, this place is gonna be packed. There's gonna be people everywhere. And right now it's really nice. Look at those slides. There's no kids on the slides. So nobody in there. This is a great time to come and play. There's Minnie's house. There's Mickey. I see him. Oh my gosh, his cute outfit. I've never seen him wear that jacket before. That's cute. All right, and then we have Gadget Go Coaster back here. 5-minute wait for Gadget Go Coaster. Toontown first thing in the morning is so nice. Such a fun area to be in. Okay, we're gonna bounce on over, check wait times on Matterhorn, and then head over into Tomorrowland. Check wait times over there. Right now it is 8:24, so the parks have been open for 24 minutes. While we're walking over to Tomorrowland, I just checked wait times for Rise of the Resistance. It's 120 minutes right now. The park's been open for 25 minutes and it's a 120-minute wait. It's ridiculous. Later in the day, it's gonna be so much shorter. Ugh. I just feel bad for these people that are waiting, thinking that's the best thing for them. It is definitely not. They're just setting themselves up for a disappointing day where they don't get to ride many attractions because they spent the first 2 hours in line for Rise of the Resistance. Anyway, I just walked by this cute little family and the little boy said, "Mom, where are all the people? Why is it so empty?" He's like, "Oh, it's a rope drop, kid." Here's Matterhorn bobsleds. 5-minute wait for Matterhorn. That looks a little longer to me. I bet that's more of like a 10-15-minute wait. Let's go check out the rest of Tomorrowland. Before I forget, make sure you head over and watch my video about rope dropping at DCA, because there's a lot of good information over there that you're gonna wanna know for rope dropping over at California Adventure Park. Finding Nemo Submarines is a walk-on. Yep, Autopia back here is a 5-minute wait. It's nice to get Autopia checked off your list when it's not crowded or hot. So another thing I like to tell people, if you are using Lightning Lane, if you have Lightning Lane multi-pass, then I like to hit some of these rides first thing in the morning that maybe don't have Lightning Lane, or that you know you're gonna wanna ride more than once. So if you love Space Mountain, you could ride it first thing in the morning, wait maybe 10 or 15 minutes, stand by, then you can ride it again later in the day using your Lightning Lane. Or you could hit some of those Fantasyland rides that don't have Lightning Lane. Those are great options. All right, here's Space Mountain. Right now it is a 40-minute wait, which isn't terrible. It's not great though. If I had started on the Tomorrowland side showing you rides, the very first part of the day, very first, 10-15 minutes, Space Mountain would have been much lower. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20. So that's a great way to hit Space Mountain. It's first thing in the day. Let's go check out Buzz Lightyear, Astro Blasters, see where they're at. 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna go in here next, bud.
Love it, love it. And over here, Star Tours, 10-minute wait. Astro Orbiters is 5 minutes. So we've hit the whole park, shown you all the wait times. First thing in the morning, it's only 8:30. So I hope that gives you an idea of what wait times are like in the morning and what you should or should not rope drop. All right, we're gonna walk back into Galaxy's Edge. I feel like this would be a good little walk while we talk about when you should ride Rise of the Resistance. And I realized I forgot to show you Millennium Falcon first thing in the morning. Millennium Falcon, hopefully it's not too loud. Millennium Falcon is super low wait times first thing in the morning, so you wait 5-10 minutes at the very beginning of the day. So Millennium Falcon is also another one you could easily rope drop. So when should you ride Rise of the Resistance? There's a couple different options. Anytime, honestly, other than first thing in the morning, you're gonna have a shorter wait time. So a couple of weeks ago I was here, it was summertime, and my daughter and I rode it at 3 p.m. in the afternoon and we waited 35 minutes. So it wasn't bad at all, but first thing at the day, it had been a 2-hour wait. So anytime that's not rope drop is a great time to ride Rise of the Resistance. But my very favorite time to ride Rise of the Resistance is right before the attraction closes for the day. So it closes earlier than other attractions in the park, and a lot of people don't realize this, usually around 9 or 10 p.m. So I want you to check the Disneyland app on the day of your visit and it will tell you what time Rise of the Resistance closes. So just tap on Rise of the Resistance, it's gonna pop up and it will tell you what time it closes for the day. So once you know what time it closes for the day, then you can decide what time you're gonna arrive. If you get in line 10, 15 minutes, even 5 minutes, even 2 minutes before it closes, you still get to ride it. Anyone who's in line gets to ride Rise of the Resistance as long as you're in line before it closes. Now, once you're in line and you got in line right before it closes, that standby line starts moving really quickly because they're not letting in people with individual lightning lanes anymore or people with the DOS pass because the attraction is closed. So they're just working off the standby line, and that makes it move really, really quickly. So you're gonna end up waiting 15, 20 minutes at the most, and that is my very favorite time to ride. Now, when you get in line, you might be nervous because it's gonna say it's like a 60-minute wait or a 40-minute wait. It's not. Disney inflates those wait times, especially later in the day, because I think they're trying to encourage people to not get in line because cast members wanna go home for the day. I'm not sure, but that is my very favorite time to ride because it's dark, it's cooler, so even if you do wait a few minutes, it's not hot, which is a bonus. But when I do this strategy, I have never waited more than 20 minutes for Rise of the Resistance, which is much better than waiting 120 minutes first thing in the morning. There you have it, rope dropping at Disneyland. I hope this was helpful. I hope now you can kind of visualize, figure out your rope drop strategy. If you need more help, I have touring plans on my website that you can just print out, and it gives you a step-by-step guide to your whole Disney day. I have them with Lightning Lane, without Lightning Lane. I'll put a link down below so you can check those out if you're interested. But thanks, this has been a fun morning. I've hustled, I got my steps in for the day, and now I'm ready to go enjoy the rest of Disneyland. Make sure you're following along so you don't miss any of my other helpful and fun Disney planning videos. I'm Melissa with Make Sense of Magic. We'll talk soon.